Hello everyone, and today our lesson is level 1 and level 2 grammar, and it is part 3. Again, I have to say thank you for everyone who watches my videos on YouTube, and I hope you learn from them. Now, this is part 3. Which verbs can be used as main verbs and auxiliary verbs? So we have 3 verbs: do, have, and be. We can use them as main verbs and as auxiliary verbs. I will give you just one example. I have breakfast at 7 a.m. So have is what? Is a main verb. Why is it a main verb? Because it is the only verb in the sentence. What's the meaning of have? It means I eat. I have breakfast means I eat breakfast. But English people say I have breakfast. They don't say I eat breakfast, generally speaking. And have, as I said, is the only verb, main verb in the sentence, and that's why it is what? Used as a main verb. But if you look at this sentence, I have bought. We have 2 verbs, and this is what we call a present perfect. Have bought, is a present perfect. Present perfect has 2 words or 2 verbs. The first verb is auxiliary, and the second verb is the main verb. So have is used as an auxiliary verb to make present perfect, and have is not the only verb. So have here is main verb because it is what? It is the only verb. Have here is an auxiliary verb. Why is it auxiliary? Because it helps us to make the present perfect. The present perfect. And I explained before, I give you information on phrasal verbs, on auxiliary verbs, and I said auxiliary verbs help us to make questions, to make negative, and to make tenses. So have helps me to make the present perfect tense. 26. What are the most important parts of speech? They are the content words. So main verb, which is number 1, the most important. Noun, the second important, adjective, and adverb. The most important word in a sentence and the most important part of speech is the main verb. Of course, I explained, again in some of my videos, some information on, I think, content words, and I said they are the important words in a sentence. But here I say the important parts of speech. Of course, we have 9 parts of speech. 4 of them are important, and these 4 we call them, content words, and they are part of the parts of speech. 27. When do we start a new paragraph? Each paragraph must have one idea, and every time we want to express a new idea, we need to start a new paragraph. All the sentences in a paragraph must be about one idea. So if I say John is a student of English, first he goes to college and he attends all his lessons, he works really hard and asks questions, he gets on well with his classmates, he is very popular in class and he prepares well for his exams and he passes his exams. Indeed, John is a good student of English. So all the sentences in this paragraph are about one idea. You cannot use more than one idea in any paragraph in English. So we come to question 28, and it is linked with question 27. What is unity in a paragraph? Unity is using one idea in a paragraph. So if you use one idea in a paragraph, it means your paragraph has unity. If you use many ideas, it means your paragraph is wrong and you don't have unity in your paragraph. What is cohesion in a paragraph? Cohesion is the relationship between different parts of a paragraph in terms of a grammar and vocabulary. So this means how are the sentences connected and how you put the words in order in each sentence, and how you connect one sentence with another sentence. So anything about the grammar and vocabulary in a paragraph, and the way you connect them together, this is what we call cohesion. So it's a relationship. Now 30, what is a case in a grammar? It's a noun category. Remember I explained, I said grammatical mood is a verb category, but a case is a noun category. So we are speaking about the second important part of speech, or we are speaking about, if you want, the second content word. So a case, what is a case in a grammar? Is a noun category, which means where we have to put a noun in a sentence. So we have 4 types of cases. We can put the noun as a subject, as you can see, and this is what we call subjective case. The noun is a subject. Alan likes tea. Alan is a subject. Or we can put the noun as an object, and this is what we call the objective case. It means the noun is an object, and as you can see, tea is the object here. We also have possessive case, which means the noun has got possession. So Alan's house is nice. So here, of course, we have got apostrophe s, and this shows possession, and I am putting apostrophe s after Alan, a person, and of course a noun, and that's why I say this is the possessive case of the noun. Vocative case, a person is addressed directly by his or her name. Alan, can you give me a hand? Alan, can you give me a hand? So Alan must be separated by a comma. So here I am calling Alan, I am calling him, I'm asking him to come and give me a hand to help me with something, and that's why I put here, Alan. So Alan is a noun, and what is the category of this noun? It's vocative. What is vocative? It means I am calling him, I am speaking to him, I want him to come and give me a hand. So we've got 4 cases of nouns. The noun may be a subject, the noun may be an object, the noun may have possession, and the noun may be used here as a vocative case. What is a mood in English? This is 30, 31. Okay. Now, what is a mood in English? Mood is a verb category. So we've got the indicative mood is used to express a statement of fact. So we live in Birmingham. Live, is present simple, and this present simple shows a fact. So we say this sentence expresses the indicative mood. Imperative is like order, or a command. So the imperative mood is used in commands and instructions. Park on the left, please. So park is a verb, and it is imperative, it is an order. Interrogative means question. So the interrogative mood is used to ask questions. Can you do me a favor, please? So here, can you, is a question, as you can see, and it is, called the interrogative mood. Conditional mood is made from an auxiliary verb and would or should with I or we. So I would like some tea, please. So would is past of will, and like is here a verb. So would like is the whole verb in the sentence, would like, and this is the conditional mood. And as you can see, if you want to make the conditional mood, you have to use 2 verbs. You can't say I would some tea, please. You have to use will, and verb, or maybe would and verb, or should and verb. You have to use 2 verbs to make the the future. So the conditional mood is made from an auxiliary verb plus would or should with I and we. So I can say I would like some tea, please, or we would like some tea, please. So this is the conditional mood. The subjunctive mood is used to express a wish or possibility. This mood is not used a lot in modern English, and we often use it in formal writing or speaking. So I suggest that he should study this article. Now, I put that between brackets and I put should between brackets. This means you can delete that and you can delete should if you want. So you can say, I suggest he study this article. He study is correct English. And this is what we call the subjunctive mood. Of course, we have to use the subjunctive mood after some verbs, like I recommend, I suggest, I demand, I request, I advise, and this is really important. And if you use the subjunctive mood, it means you are very good at using grammar. What is a voice in English, and how many voices do we have? So voice shows the relationship between a main verb, a subject, and an object. I will give you an example and explain. The voice of a main verb tells us whether the subject of the sentence performs or receives the action. And we have two voices in English, passive voice and active voice. So if you look at this sentence, William helps people. William helps people. So this is an active voice, as you can see, and voice shows the relationship between William and people. So this verb, which is an action verb, it shows me the relationship between William and people. William is the performer and people is the receiver. So William is the performer of the action and people is the receiver. The word people is the receiver of the action. If you look at this sentence, people are helped by William. So again, are helped is passive voice. It shows the relationship between people and between William. Between people and William. So people, in this sentence, the word people, is the receiver of the action, and still William is the performer of the action or the doer of the action. So this is what we call passive voice. So passive voice is the relationship between the action verb, the subject, and the object. And this happens in the two cases, in the passive voice and in the active voice. What is reported speech? It is a speech which is reported and changed in person, time, and tense. Tense and time. So let's say I went shopping yesterday. We have a person called Ahmed, and Ahmed said, I went shopping yesterday. So I am going to report what Ahmed said. So this is the reported speech. I underlined it for you. Sometimes we call it indirect speech. Now, Ahmed said he. So I change I to he. And I change past simple into past perfect, which is had gone. And I change yesterday to the day before. So when we do reported speech, we change person, we change tense, we change time. And this is a very easy short example for you. So this is the reported speech, and when I reported what Ahmed said, I change the person, I change I to he, I change the tense, I change past to past perfect, and I change time, I change yesterday to the day before. And when we start with said, we make changes to time. But if you don't start with said, if you say Ahmed says, you don't change time, but you change person and tense. But you need a lesson on reported speech. If you just understand this sentence for now, that's okay. Is it true or false that the genitive case is also called the second case or the possessive case? It is true. It is true. So if you say Alan's house is nice, this is like in a possessive case. Alan's house, it means the house belongs to Alan. But the possessive case has many names in English. So when you read grammar books, you should know genitive case second case or possessive case, all of these are the same. How many tenses are there in English? We have 12. So as you can see, present simple has one verb, present continuous 2 verbs, present perfect again 2 verbs, present perfect continuous 3 verbs. And I explained in my video on present simple the fact that present simple and past simple, they have one verb, but all the other tenses have they have 2 verbs or more. I repeat, so present simple has one verb, past simple has one verb, the other 10 tenses have 2 verbs or more, as you can see here. So only present simple has one verb, the other tenses 2 verbs, 3 verbs. If you go to the past simple, how many verbs? 1, as I said. Past continuous 2, past perfect 2, past perfect continuous 3 verbs. And future simple 2, future continuous 3, future perfect 3, future perfect continuous 4. Of course, future simple, I know it is simple, but we use 2 verbs. We don't use one verb because you cannot use will and then stop. You have to continue. I will speak. Some grammar books say future is not a tense. I think it is a tense, but you need 2 verbs, in the present, in the future simple. Thank you for watching part 3 of my video. Please click on subscribe if you want to watch more videos in future. Thank you very much.